Alright, update on Cardano. So, in my opinion, it looks like Cardano is, really on its last legs right now. I think, in my opinion, we kind of are setting up like a head and shoulders type pattern, inverse head and shoulders. The best case scenario would be to do something like this and come back and test this neckline that we've got here. You can see if I mark this. Or to be fair, it's already marked on the $1 region, so I would really need to see a break above $1 very, very promptly. I think if we keep on hanging around this region, we are going to be setting up for a dump on Cardano. Now, if we look at Bitcoin as well, Bitcoin is also setting up something like a nice inverse head and shoulders. This shoulder's been a little bit dragged out, so it is a little bit wonky, but nonetheless still valid. You could also argue the same with the Cardano. I mean, the head was here, kind of got wonked over to the side. But, the shoulders are looking good. In my opinion, this is still very valid. When this would become invalid, in my opinion, is if we came down to the 4-hour. I think if we broke below the bottom point of this right shoulder, we would be getting ready for a big dump. So, in my opinion, we need to hold 82 in the short term. If we do break below this level here at 82, or even in my opinion, if we come back and backtest it in like a couple of hours time, this would pretty much invalidate the head and shoulders in my opinion. For me, I would need to see a pretty sharp recovery on ADA. I imagine, looking at the Bitcoin chart, we'll see what's going to happen because, in the next few days and the next day or so, if Bitcoin's able to get that bounce and have a strong rally up, I imagine Cardano will also be following. So, like I said, keep an eye on 82. If we do lose 82, then I think we are going to be coming down to this big red box that we've got down here. If I come over to the daily, you can see, we talked about coming down here once we broke below the $1 region. $1 is the most important region for ADA to get above, in my opinion. You can see that we drew this fib from the micro low to the high, and I don't know why my fibs have reset. They're now all colorful, but let me get rid of that. Yeah, I mean, we've drawn this. You can see that we do have a red line here lining up with the 786. So once we do break 76, really the last level to hold is 70. And, what I want you to take away is if we drop below this 1.618 at 70, the only next level that we can really bounce from is, this green box, which is an amalgamation of, this previous high here, support, big region over there, and also the 2.618, which is, the same target from micro fib. And if we do drop below 70, I think we would basically be getting slashed in half. We'd be coming all the way down to 40. So yeah, keep an eye on this inverse head and shoulders. If we drop below 82, like I said, I think we're going to be coming down to, round about 70 to 77. What gets interesting is if we lose 70, then, there's literally nowhere else for us to bounce. There's no other fibs that I can draw. High to low, I can't draw anything right now because, we're making new lows, so there would be nothing to see. And from the low to the high, I mean, if I drew it from here, everything's been invalidated. Technically, this fib is still valid while we are above 76. So, if we do briefly drop below 76, keep an eye on 70. But once we're below 70, I think we're going to be falling off the table. So, best case scenario, we come back, retest the $1 and have a strong push above. That would hopefully line up with a pump on Bitcoin following through with this inverse head and shoulders. But, if Bitcoin and the total crypto market cap keeps on dropping or falling through the table, then, in my opinion, ADA is going to get ready to fall off the table. So, that's all I see for ADA. Once again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion on the market. And you've always got to do what's best for you. Peace.